Chris, welcome to Movies That Made Me.
Thanks for having me.
Obviously, the big break was one Mr. James T. Kirk. How many times do you look at the lines in the script and think, I don't have a clue what that means?
Well, I tell this story about JJ in the first film. I had to run onto the deck of the ship.
Captain Pike, sir, we have to stop the ship.
Kirk, how the hell did you get on board the Enterprise?
And say something to Bruce Greenwood about something.
Vulcan is not experiencing a natural disaster. It's being attacked by Romulans.
And I just had no idea what I was talking about.
That same anomaly, a lightning storm in space that we saw today, also occurred on the day of my birth, before a Romulan ship attacked the USS Kelvin. You know that, sir. I read your dissertation.
And I asked JJ, I took JJ's side, and I said, I'd love to do it one more time because I don't know what I'm saying. And if you could tell me what I'm saying, it would be great help. And he said, it doesn't matter. You just run on, you say it as fast and as earnestly and urgently as possible, and no one's going to care. Because all the audience is going to think is, something's happening. And that was one of the greatest pieces of advice I ever got. And wonder why I never won an Academy Award? That could be why.
It's maybe they're this acting.
Yeah, it's probably that in the...
I think some of the best blooper reels out there are from the Star Trek movies.
Bling.
Oh. Beautiful. You trying to say Verbonen.
Oh my God, yeah.
My name is James Tiberius Kirk of the United Federation of Planets. I am appearing before you as a neutral representative of the Verbonen.
That was a reshoot.
Verbonen?
And I think I was doing Wonder Woman, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Verbonen.
And I had to come back, and it was one of and I knew it when I got the script. I was like, this fucking thing is going to be my crucible.
I'm appearing before you as a neutral representative of the Verbonen mother.
And it turned out to be the crucible.
As a neutral representative of the Verbonen.
Mind you, too, I was talking to a puppet.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
It doesn't help.
No.
And the other thing is, your drinking noises with Carl Urban crack me up every time.
I forgot about that, yeah.
I found this in Chekhov's locker. Well, hello. Oh, that's good, lordy.
Because Carl was making these faces, he was doing this like my father does. A lot of lip.
Yeah.
He's just such a goofball. Carl, for as handsome as he is one of the most awkward, unbelievably dorkish human beings on planet Earth.
Never in my life heard you make that noise.
And I love him dearly for it.
You look like crap, Jim.
Thank you, Bone.
When he said the words Andorian herpes, I was like, right, I'm pausing this.
Andorian herpes.
I noticed your Andorian herpes has come back again. Why don't you pop by the med bay?
He loves saying that. He came up with that, I think. Actually.
I bet he did. Yeah.
He did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
All by himself. And finally, I'll ask the all-important Star Trek question is, how easy is it for you now to do the shake and lean? Where the director's like, okay, tip to the left.
Yeah, there's different flavors of that. I think on the first one we did have that, but then I want to say that we had like it was on a jig last time. So it actually moved.
There's so many weird noises on. Sound like shit, bro.
But yeah, there's a lot of that. It's mostly I get into like chair sitting because the chair is very big and I got a small butt.
Thanks for the support.
So to figure out how to occupy that amount of space and look cool, that was a big thing at first.
They don't teach you chair acting, Errata.
No, I tell you what, man. I tell you what, some people are working on environmental protection. Mm-hmm. I figure out how to sit in chairs.
Let's talk about Wonder Woman, where you play my favorite character, name-wise, ever.
My
Steve Trevor.
Yeah.
name is Captain Steve Trevor, pilot, American Expeditionary Forces, serial number 8141921. That's all I'm at liberty to...
Great name.
2 first names, yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
I still can't quite get over it.
The name.
Yeah.
We made a deal, Steve Trevor.
It's like Chris Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Chris.
Dave Chris is even better.
Well, I like Dave Chris.
Yeah.
I feel like you laughed a lot making that movie.
Well, I had one job. My job was to make Gal laugh and to fall in love with Gal.
Okay.
To make Gal laugh, Gal could look at a wall and laugh. She's more prone to laughter than any human being I've ever met on planet Earth.
Got it.
She's got the loveliest demeanor and temperament and just loves being alive, and I always feel like some sort of old curmudgeon around her. So that, and then falling in love with her is pretty much, you know, I didn't have a really hard job in that.
Toughest scene was you getting out of a bath.
Oh.
I didn't see you come in.
Yeah, Patty, she pitched this story to me early on of like, so you come out of the bath and she looks at you.
Would you say you're a typical example of your sex?
I am
I knew that I was like, and as an actor, I was like, ooh,
above average.
this is gonna be very fun. And I love guys ending up
What's that?
thinking that they're great,
It's a,
then looking like absolute idiots. It's one of my favorite things to portray.
it's a watch.
How surprised were you to discover you're coming back for the sequel?
Well, not all that surprised. Patty had told me this idea somewhere in the middle of the first one, and when Patty gets an idea, it's a pretty powerful thing because you can see the kernel land in the dirt, and then all of a sudden it just starts growing and becomes a tree, you know, and she could make you do anything.
Cut!
That happened with a TV show we did, and she's just fully formed, and she then acts out every part.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay, good.
I mean, when she pitched me Wonder Woman, there was not a chance I wanted to do Wonder Woman. First of all, it's not about me. It's not Wonder Man. But we met at this restaurant, and there was no script, and she pitched the story, and I was like, yes, all day, yes. When do you want me to start? And that's the joy and beauty of Patty.
I love it.
Robert the Bruce is an outlaw. Any man or woman who would give shelter to him or his ranks is to be executed without trial.
The people are desperate for justice.
I serve Robert Bruce! Join us to free honor!
Let's talk about Outlaw King, this big Netflix film where you play, and I don't want to scare you here, Robert the Bruce. Now, I knew you were good at accents because I'd seen the blooper reel of Star Trek where you and Zachary Quinto...
Yeah, it's a hell of a good Irish accent.
It appears you've been keeping valuable information from me. You'll be able to...
absolutely aced that, right?
You'll be able to fly this thing, right?
Yeah.
Something tells me I already have.
But seriously, your Scottish accent is so good in this film.
Thanks.
I'm saying we need to set aside our rivalry and win back our country. Then we can decide who wears the crown. Us. Not Edward.
You were surrounded, I presume, by Scottish crew too.
Yeah.
Did you occasionally get like a nudge in the ribs if they went, it's not quite like...
I certainly could see people snigger or, you know, or laugh at me or kind of do that kind of thing. And sometimes I would ask Tony Curran, who's a Glaswegian, if I was on the right track, and he would give me the honest.
You do something in this film which I would love to do once in my life, which is deliver a rallying speech.
Yeah.
And it is a doozy.
For country. For family. I do not care. So long as you fight.
Yeah, I ended up writing that on the day. I wrote 2 speeches because here's the thing: is I realized a lot has been made of in this about me being nude, and quite honestly, I'm only naked for about. It's no Fassbender situation. I mean, I'm certainly match him, but
Sure.
man is born a sniveling, snotting, shitting, puking, mewling baby, and then he becomes Donald Trump. Sure. And underneath the emperor's clothes, he's a naked person. And I thought, I want to see the animal and I want to see the king. I want to see the person who's born looking like an animal and ends up, in a position of high power.
Thinking about revenge.
And that's what it was at the end. It's like, I can give you all sorts of mumbo jumbo to fight for. I could say this is for me or for God or for country, but here's the situation. Those guys are going to run at you and try to behead you. It's like,
Would you like to die or not die?
yeah, it's like there it is, man.
Go fish. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's been emotional.
Thanks,
I'll
man.
see you next time.
All right.